Alright, it's been a while since we've done our little toy hunts, and already we got the new figures with the new packaging, and it looks oh no. Okay, so when I did my video talking about this is what I was trying to point out. You see how with this Kong, you see how they kind of sort of painted the Beast glove like all the way, not completely, but you can see how it's sculpted in. And you look over here and you'll notice they put the fur texture right on the piece of the Beast glove. That looks weird. They got a bunch of them too. Look, they even got Godzilla. Oh, it feels interesting. Okay, yeah, he's all rubbery and shit. Okay, that's cool. Okay, let me see. They got a bunch of them too. Look at that. They got a lot of them. I think that, yeah, they're just all Kongs. I mean, that's fine. I don't got this. I kind of want to buy two. Not gonna lie, this looks really interesting. I kind of like it for how weird it is. Oh, look at that. I don't think no, there's a couple people I've seen buy this figure. I don't think they ever showed the back though. I mean, it's pretty simple when it says Monsterverse like that. I like the packaging though. It looks really nice. Oh no, you can see a piece of them kind of broken there. That is weird. The way that looks. Look at that. That'll make a good thumbnail. Well, I don't know. Oh wait, they got more. One eye, get over here and get your ass over here, because I do not have him. What's actually funny is that I filmed myself in here and I found him, but it was with the new Empire packaging and not this, so that's interesting. At the time I wasn't able to buy him, but at least now I can. But for the Godzilla, it looks like this is the only one they have, so that's an instant grab for me. Oh, and I found this too. Just thought I'd show it off because I'm gonna show off. Anyway, let me see. Let me get another Kong. Don't worry, I'm not gonna buy all of them. I'm only gonna buy the one that at least looks kind of decent. The weird like flockness to it is so. That's the only thing. It's a bit of an eyesore. That weird piece right there. Oh, come on! Look at me. Look at me when I talk to you, little bitch. Get over here. Look at me when I talk to you. Come on now. I'm twisted. Okay. I love that. Wow. Finally, our first official toy hunt of 2025, and we're starting off pretty good. Don't worry about that. That's not important. That's for my mother. Anyway, yeah. So the only one that I can find, oh my god, and I forgot his name, bro. The sea creature, the serpent. I forgot his name. The blue one. But you know who I did saw? I just saw like the Pika. Oh, they got the new ones. So they got the new turtle figures. Oh, okay. It was about time. So this is not new. Not this. That's new. That's brand new. Let's see. Yeah, these are that's brand new. That's part of the newer wave. Oh, cool. So that probably means that there's more of them around here. That probably means that there's more of them around here. Yeah, so it's the armor turtles. But you know what I like a lot? The bad guys they got. The Mega Mutant. That's so weird. They shortened him because he's supposed to be ginormous. They made I think it was 12 inches. I don't remember. They made a big version first, and then now they're doing a smaller version after. But the Mechazoids, oh yeah. Solid. Nah, this looks nice. Cool. I love how most of the... Wow. Playmates Toys in charge of both figures. So okay, let me see which one. I mean, I don't think it really matters. I'm just trying to, you guys know I'm picky like that. I mean, I might buy the same one twice. I don't know. You don't know. Sometimes I do that. I don't do that all the time though. So yeah, who did I saw? Yeah, I saw Ray Fillet, because out of all the mutants, he was the only one that I was missing. Yeah, I could have sworn, wasn't he I think he was a Target exclusive at some point. Well, now they kind of changed it. So now we got everybody. We pretty much got everyone except for April. That's the hardest one to find for some reason. Oh well, it happens, I guess. So let's see. They probably have the newer ones around here if you look, because I know last time they kind of put it like in a weird... Oh, there we go. So I jinxed it. So he's here. The Mega Mutant's here. It actually looks nice. Oh, it looks a lot more better in person, I'll be honest. Yeah, it looks, I mean, they all look nice in person. Okay, so it kind of seems like they're hiding them now. So now I'm very curious. Also, there's another Mega Mutant. Okay. So they kind of put it in random, so you're gonna have to like kind of look for them. So that, oh yeah, there you go. And no, 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 you're not coming. You're not coming with. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, it's Pigeon Pete. Oh, yeah, so we looked through here already. Okay, yeah, so there's nothing else around here. I don't think they got anything else on top of there. I mean, we'll take a look after. Okay, so let's take a look at that Kong though. Again, I should like pose for the thumbnail too. That looks really cool. I kind of like it, but it's still weird, kind of uncomfortable because of the like the texturing and all that. I mean, they did the flock feature. Actually does look, it actually does feel very nice when I put pressure on it. Can't move his hands. He has very minimal articulation. That's the only bad thing, but that's fine. I mean, that's to be expected with that type of stuff, so I'm fine with it. Variety is always very, very nice. Okay, so what's going on with the Marvel stuff, because I've seen these from time to time. The Mix Matchers, they're kind of cute. I kind of like them for what they are. I mean, I don't know. They simplified them because they used to be a lot more complicated than this. I mean, they're pretty nice. You could kind of tell that they cut some corners, especially with the arms. So I wish they were, you know, at least a little more articulated. The other ones that they did in the past had a little more flexibility than that. Wait, what? Oh, they got more figures up there. Okay. Who is that? Is that who I think it is? I can't tell. It looks like a Star Wars figure. Yeah, nah. Let me see. Kong with Beast Glow. Okay, yeah, nah. But you know who I do see? Oh, yeah. So they got the MCU guys here. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. All right. Damn, but they got a lot of them. Look at that. Watch someone down in the comments being like, oh, just wait till they're on clearance or if they're in Ross. I hate that, by the way. It's like, bro, like, you know, even if you want to wait for a figure to get lower down in price, I mean, do you know how rare it is that it'll still be here the next time you come? I'm just saying. So let me see. I don't know, because the DC multiverse, I don't know what happened. If first they stopped selling G.I. Joes, now it kind of looks like they stopped selling those guys too. Not exactly. I still see a couple, you know, in the collector's section. There's not too much there. The Shredder figure, that was pretty much the only one that I saw. I feel like there's probably more stuff around here, but we gotta like kind of look a little more deeper. So I'll update you guys as to what I find. Scenic. Oh god, $15 for a figure? Really? I mean, they're pretty big, so that makes sense. Oh, okay, no, never mind. Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. Yeah, so I knew that they cost like $10. They're pretty nice though. They're pretty cute, you know, for what they are. Anyway, let me look around. Let me disappear for a second. Hold on one second. All right, so now that we're back at the crib, I'm going to be going over some of the figures that we found in today's hunt. A couple things. I did went to GameStop. Unfortunately, I didn't, you know, kind of film myself looking around because I did find a lot more figures, which I'll definitely show off here. So I'll apologize for that. Another thing, I know normally I don't. Usually, how this segment works is I go to the stores, I find what I want, I buy them, and then I kind of show them off on my bed and stuff like that. I'm kind of doing it differently this time, only because the way that the lighting works in this room, it's really weird. I can't really describe it, honestly. I mean, it's I don't know, at least for me personally, it just doesn't look right. I think I'd rather just kind of do it in an area where you can actually see everything. So I'm going to put all the new stuff on my drawing desk, you know, just kind of show it off, because another thing I want to mention, technically, this is the channel's official toy hunt of 2025, and it's a shame that it took this long to pump one out. There were times where I did film myself, you know, and I made videos and stuff like that, you know, hunting and all that. And then I kind of got lazy. I didn't upload them, and admittedly, you know, I was feeling pretty down. I was kind of going through some things. You know, I got depressed for a short time, and you know, I had a lot of family issues as well. Luckily, that now all of that is behind us. The hunt, you know, can move on, and everything will hopefully be all nice and dandy. You know what I mean. So I don't gotta go over that. So let's take a look. Right, Walmart. Kind of surprised. They had a couple of nice stuff, you know, and especially of course with Ninja Turtles. I got like half of their third wave of their mix and match figs based off of the TMNT series. So of course I found Armor Donnie, which looks very nice, honestly. Maybe it's just me because Donatel's my favorite turtle, but you know, there we go. It's kind of showed off a little bit. You might see a little bit of reflection there, but don't worry, I'll fix it up a little bit. And then of course we got the back of it, kind of showing off some of the other figures. So for the most part, yeah, I pretty much got the other half because the only one I'm missing is the rest of the turtles. They didn't have them. You know, I looked around because normally they put like a little extra section to kind of like promote. Because I remember like with the Mutant Mayhem, you know, film, they were promoting the figure. They were putting them like in their own little aisles and stuff like that. Definitely, if you check out my playlist of toy hunts, you'll definitely find those videos around there. They didn't do it this time, so pretty much what you saw in the video, that's all they had. But you know, it is what it is. I found a lot of good stuff, so I can't complain. You know, and then of course we got, let's see right here, the Mechazoid 3. Honestly, I don't know what it is. The robots, they're like my favorite thing about this line. I mean, at least it kind of makes sense. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And of course, this one is unique because of course it has a tiny little robot right there. So of course that's perfect for army building. Definitely for sure. I'm still trying to get used to the colors though, but that's just, you know, from the show. You know, it's not the figure's fault. But these are, I think they're really nice. You know, I hope they do more of these. I mean, the fact that they did 3 waves, I mean, wow, that's impressive. You know, and these figures, they do have a lot of variety to them and a lot of accessories. So for sure, you know, these are definitely worth it. At least for me. You know, remember, these figures are not for everyone. You know. But surprise, surprise, there was also the Mega Mutant, which that was, I remember when this was first, well, it wasn't like first revealed, it was like kind of teased in a way. It was kind of leaked online, and I remember being so shocked seeing this. You know, I was like, wow, now they're making a more smaller version of this. But I don't mind because I didn't get the deluxe version, the, you know, the big giant one, the one that, you know, like from the film and all that. I've never seen it in person. I never found it. I mean, it was a Walmart exclusive, so of course you were never going to find it. Walmart is not very collectors friendly when it comes to that, which I know sounds weird to say because, again, you saw in the video they had a lot of stuff, so I don't know. But it's good to see that at least now, you know, if you missed out the first time, at least you could kind of get this. Even if it's not nice and huge, it's still really nice, you know. I mean, it's exactly what it is anyway. And of course he has the weird kind of like smushed face thing kind of going on, so you got both of his eyes kind of facing in that direction. And this is really nice, so I like that. I like that a lot. And as a bonus, hey, Conray Fillet, which, hey, finally we completed the team of like Superfly's gang and all that. Honestly, I got all the figures now, except for April. For some odd reason, she's really hard to find. She's pretty rare for some reason. I don't know. You know, she's just hard to find. I don't know what happened with that. Hey, but it's good that we finally found him. You know, he looks cool. I like it. You know, I mean, he's big. He fills up the whole thing. Look at that. Fills up the entire package. What a weird looking dude, man. But hey, that's great. So the collection of turtles has grown as always. Of course, we got Crank Shredder. You know, by NECA Toys. Of course, this is based off of the TMNT Archie comics. So of course, it's gonna, you know, kind of look a little different. You know, of course you got like some of the nice shading and all that, and of course, you know, it's sort of a mix and match too. You know, you could either put Krang's head or use the Shredder's normal head. I think that's great, honestly. I mean, this just makes you want to buy 2 of them, honestly. But then again, this is NECA, so these are pretty pricey, $34.99, you know, give or take, because that's typically how most NECA figures are now anyway. So it's like, it is what it is with the pricing, but these are still very nice, and I'm glad that they decide to at least expand upon these. And for sure, you know that they're definitely gonna pump out a whole lot more. I did a video, I think it was the last video I did. I'm pretty sure it was the last one. No, if it wasn't the last one, because while I'm recording this video, how do I say? I'm kind of re-uploading this like on a random day or so. You know, like today's April 2nd, so you know, obviously I've talked about back in Toy Fair like a lot of their new reveals and stuff, so definitely check that out for sure. Let me just check something real quick right here. I just want to make sure. There we go. It's been a while since I've done this, so I want to make sure I get everything kind of perfect. Speaking of perfect, Monsterverse. Finally, we're starting to see the new Godzilla and Kong figures and with the Monsterverse packaging. So finally, I found the real feel Godzilla and the real feel Kong. So very interesting. I mean, it's exactly what you think they are. You know, of course, they got sort of the texturing thing kind of going on. That's sort of their action feature, and it's soft too. A little hard. There's a little bit of some you know, kind of pushback here and there, but you know, yeah, ultimately these are generally a lot more softer. You can see I'm just kind of like moving around his tail and stuff like that, just kind of, you can kind of squeeze it around and stuff. You know what bugs me the most? This is like the most screen accurate evolved Godzilla so far, because all the other ones, they were close but not really, mostly because of the paint job. But no, this is definitely accurate. And of course it has to be the one with the weird action feature, but yeah, it's fine. Here's what it is. Kong, it's just uncomfortable. He looks cool, don't get me wrong, but like, I still can't get over the idea that they literally flocked like part of his beast glove. I can't forgive that. That's just really weird to me. I don't know why. I mean, it is uncomfortable. The whole figure is uncomfortable. I mean, this is completely brand new, obviously. The Godzilla, you know, it's pretty much like not like a complete reuse, but obviously it's pretty much the same figure that we've seen a couple of times, except now they gave it the feature. And here, this is a completely brand new figure from the ground up. And he is, of course, flocked, meaning that he is going to get hair everywhere on him, even if you buy this figure new, because I'm already starting to kind of see that. Very weird indeed, you know, but you can kind of feel it and stuff like that. And, you know, it's unique, and I hope they do more stuff like this. I really do, you know, and definitely for sure they're getting into that territory of making new figures with like crazy and bizarre action features. The only bad part obviously is that, you know, well, first I didn't really talk about it on the channel. I meant to, but things kind of happened, you know, so definitely for sure we'll talk a lot more about that in the near future. And hey, One Eye, I finally found One Eye. Very interesting. I mean, they're all pretty interesting. I mean, honestly, he's just kind of one of those characters where you just least expect to get his own action figure, but you know what, hey, I'm glad they did, and he's part of the collection now too. So I know we're kind of piling up here, but let's go over what I found at the good old GameStop. So all the stuff was from Walmart. Let's go over GameStop really quick before we end the video here. I found the Frostbite edition Batman from Batman and Robin. And if you don't know how this works, it's just Batman, but he's frozen because, you know, Mr. Freeze, you know, starring, you know, as Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, you know how that works, you know. This couldn't come at a better time because literally, you know, like the news, because I heard the news of like, you know, Val Kilmer too passing and stuff, and it's like, I don't know, it was such a shock, you know. I mean, I know like, you know, there's been time for like, people talked about how he was like kind of a hard actor to work with, but like, I don't know what it is. It's like generally just kind of seeing the news and stuff like that, that's just so depressing. I mean, don't get me wrong. Okay, fine, I get it. No, this is a George Clooney Batman, but you get what I mean. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Still, I'm just saying, you know, the timing and stuff, because I'm filming this video as of April 2nd, you know, and he died yesterday, so it's like, you know, yeah. So these are weird because it's like they promote it as like a limited edition, like pieces. Like there's not that many of them. These are rare. I mean, I don't see people going crazy over it, but I mean, I feel like for this it makes sense because of the whole Mr. Freeze aspect. I mean, I think it's cool, you know. I mean, if they did it with any other character, it'd be kind of weird, but with, you know, at least with this, I kind of understand. I do like the figure for what it is because I do have the normal version of it, and it's surprisingly not bad. For some odd reason, it's very flexible too, because most DC multiverse figures are not as flexible, if that makes sense, you know. So this is pretty interesting. Also, it's a gold label. As if that's a big deal. Like, come on, McFarlane. You gotta knock off with that shit. But, actually, no, not yet. Let me save the Marvel stuff for last, because I got one more, like, Godzilla figure I gotta show off. And it's the 1991, the Bandai action figure Godzilla. I am so excited to open this, for sure. I mean, I'll do a review of it in the future, you know. For real this time, you know, because I know I've been kind of lacking, you know, with my toy reviews. But I know that they still get a lot of, you know, a lot of views because of the Ultimate stuff and all that, so I don't see why I shouldn't go back to doing those for sure. So expect some new toy reviews at least somewhere in the future. But yeah, this one's a really good one. Like looking at the promo pictures and stuff, and the atomic breath piece. That's a nice long beam too. I mean, it looks like a popsicle stick. I get it, but like it generally looks nice. You know, I hope they continue to make more of these. Bandai, please. These are surprisingly good. So keep cooking with that. You know, definitely for sure. You know, it's $24.99, so it's like I don't know. I mean, I'm so used to buying Marvel Legends and GI Joes at that price point, so I don't know. It doesn't really affect me too much anymore. So whatever. I think it's worth it, especially with the amount of detail and of course the articulation and all that. Surprisingly, very decent. You know, these are figures that I honestly did not expect to fall in love with. So, hey, take that for what it is. It just kind of fixes up a little bit. Got just a couple more, and then that's about it. Because I know this video is kind of long already. I'm shocked. I found Deadpool Wolverine. I'm very happy about that. And of course, this is the one based off of that particular film, because I know that they did made a Deadpool figure just specifically based off of the first film, but this one is basically supposed to be based off of Deadpool Wolverine. Of course, he got the brighter red colors, you know, and then he got the essentials, you know, and then of course they showed the back. You know, they got Wolverine and that Headpool, so hey, that's nice. Just double check something really quick. I'm just checking my battery life, so that way I'm hoping that my phone doesn't die before I get to the rest of them. Honestly, it's just X-Men. I mean, we found the Marvel's Nemesis wave. We got Age of Apocalypse Gambit and then Nightcrawler. I forgot which version of Nightcrawler this is. I don't know if it's X-Force. I don't know. I always get it confused because of the outfit and stuff like that. Yeah, you know, that's great. You know, these are the only two I found. Obviously, they didn't really have the others, but you know, that's fine. You know, that tends to happen. You know, I've heard that, you know, rumor wise, that I think when they release these figures, they don't really release like all of them in one shot. I think they do kind of separate them a little bit. I don't know how true that is. I do hear a lot of people kind of say that. I could kind of see it. I get that they don't want to like pump everything out all at once to make it overwhelming because of how expensive these figures are. I mean, speaking of expensive, Phoenix, finally. I've been wanting to get this for so long. Oh man, I mean, it looks great in that piece too. I mean, don't get me wrong, $50 for this, that's a lot, you know. But hopefully, when I open it, I'll judge for myself if that's worth it or not. Because, well, I know a lot of people, you know, especially with like the Maximum series and stuff like that, with all that going on. The best and worst thing to ever happen with Marvel Legends, obviously, because, you know, they're basically just normal figures, but not only did they have like crazy articulation, but a whole bunch of accessories. This is basically the prelude to that, because that's pretty much what this is. And yeah, I guess that's about it, really. You know, so I'm glad to be back, honestly, because like I said, I was having like the worst time, honestly, for the past few months. I mean, it's been like personal hell for me. You know, so it's glad to kind of go out, buy these, and then it just feels so refreshing again. You know, and of course, like I said, I was really out of it doing these videos for a while. You know, there was a point where I just kind of wanted to stop doing YouTube completely because I felt just so drained, and I got, you know, kind of slightly depressed and stuff like that. But you know, I went through it. You know, I had a lot of support, and I feel so much better now. So it's like I'm back, like I'm ready for it now. So it's like, okay, so you know, that's about it for now. Obviously, you know, it's the official hunt 2025 finally. You know, after so many videos that I haven't really uploaded and stuff, finally, you know, we're kind of back to it. So of course I made it all nice and grand for you guys. Bought a whole bunch of stuff. I can't wait to open. And you know, I'm still kind of, I mean, I already fixed up my new room and stuff like that, but you know, there's a couple of things here and there that need some fixing. And you know, I don't know, is it midnight yet? I'm just kind of looking at my phone. Not yet. Well, in about an hour, because today's the 2nd, and tomorrow I turn 24. Wow, that's insane. So wow, guess that starts another new journey for me, because like I said, it's been a lot, you know, these past few months and stuff. I mean, we've been through some pretty crazy shit, you know. And obviously I had plans, never went through with them, and I don't know, again, it felt pretty draining for the most part. I won't talk too much about it here. I'd rather you guys just check out the video of my return and stuff like that, because I plan on doing a lot more things on the channel. So yeah, that's about it really. So hope you guys kind of sort of enjoyed the video. You know, we'll do a lot more with, you know, with the reviews and all that, and these, kind of going over the news as well as the toy world, because so many things happen, not just with McFarlane losing the DC license, but also a whole bunch of other stuff that we need to kind of get through. I don't consider them old news because people still talk about them, so hey, I might have a chance to kind of recap and keep an eye on what's going on, because yeah, collecting isn't getting any easier, but it's still fun. These figures, they're great. I mean, I find them nice. They're well, listen, I draw, so of course these are my inspirations, so I can't help it. So until then, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you want, and that's about it. So see you guys next time.